Welcome to Bahama Rico. Oh, that's the wrong show. It's a summer. Welcome to the night before. I'm sorry, I just had to.
You wanted it.
I just wanted, welcome to the night before free agency. I'm a big Christmas, Halloween type of guy, so I'm envisioning the night before Christmas. You're staying up, getting ready to open up your presents. Everyone's anxious. We are less 24 hours away from free agency 2022. I am Tim, co-host of Bahama Rican Boys, and my co-host down below me.
Yes, sir. I am Brian Fonseca. I've been on my phone all day, bro. I've been on my phone all day trying to keep track of everything. And right above me is Tony Schwartz. It's going to be the three of us for the next hour or so because there's a lot of shit
That's
going
an hour.
down.
We ain't going all night.
Yeah. No, the all-night stream is tomorrow.
Shout out to Game of Thrones. Tomorrow is the long night. We just priming y'all. We priming y'all.
The all-night stream is tomorrow. I'm not even going to be at the start of it because I'm going to be on my other stream. And then I'm going to jump on here probably around 7 or so. And by then, who knows what will have happened around the league. But first off, gentlemen.
Before we start, we have the conversation coordinator, Mr. Tony Schwartz.
Yeah.
With a very nice Miami shirt going on. I just feel this is very Cubano to me right now. I just feel like he's about to go smoke a cigar on Collins Avenue after this, to prime himself for possibly the last night of Duncan Robinson as a Miami Heat.
Why is Lonzo Ball telling us to get Kyle Lowry off the
team? Lonzo wants his opportunity. Let's just address Jalen, right? Or I don't see a reason we don't start there is because it just happened.
Yeah.
Right before we came on, Brian said, I don't really think I would want them to do that. So just in a vacuum, forget I think at this point we all kind of see the maneuvering that's happening.
Yeah.
But why not Jalen Brunson? Because that's obviously Jalen or Kyle, right? Why would you still kind of?
No, it's not that. It's that wouldn't be my primary move. It wouldn't be my first move, right? And now evidently it could be because they're having the beating. Now, I think there's something to be said for being petty and just keeping them off the Knicks. But in terms of the actual what you can do with the Kyle Lowry contract, I that wouldn't be my first or second resort. But you could always just get Jalen Brunson and then flip him later if you want to think cynically about this or from a business perspective. You know what I mean? So,
and that's honestly where my mind is.
Yeah, you can talk me into it for sure, but I'm saying I want to exalt, and I'm sure they are. I'm not saying that they're not. I'm sure there are. A lot of other people are saying that they're not. I'm going to exhaust everything I could with the Kyle Lowry contract if he's going to be up for grabs, right? So that's could he work in the Mitchell deal hypothetically? Could he work in, are you still in on Bradley Beal? Is he going to be necessary for John Collins? I don't think he is, but I would want to look at some possibilities first, and then if I land on Lowry for Brunson, sign and trade, if you have to throw in a pick or whatever the case may be, then okay. Then it's okay, Brunson, you know what I mean? And then you start building out the roster, and Hero's still there, at least for the time being. You still have Hero and Duncan Robinson, and you can sort of play with the possibilities, and it gets interesting. So, I think you can do it. Absolutely, you can do it, and he fits. I think he fits from a basketball standpoint. I think he does fit.
I think there's so many levels to this. First of all, it's the Pat Riley factor. Pat Riley always gets meetings with the top number one free agent. I mean, yes, it's Jalen freaking Brunson. But if you look at history, we got a meeting with Kevin Durant, we got a meeting with Marcus Aldridge, we didn't have cap space. This is the Pat Riley thing. I don't care who is the number one free agent. I posted the gif of the actual Godfather. What's the fuss? It's Jalen Brunson. Get me beaten. So I mean, at a space level, Pat Riley is doing due diligence. This is the best player available this summer. Let me talk to him. Then of course we just saw it happen last year when we and the Bulls got tampering charges. So this is just the Knicks probably covering up for a possible tampering charge. There's also Dallas might beg the Heat for some help because the Knicks don't have to ask the Mavericks or anything. They could just sign him outright to 4 years, 110. But if Brunson meets with Riley and Riley drops the rings on the table and say, look, Jimmy, Bam, whoever else, Hero, come here to Miami, say tax just like you're used to in Dallas, because taxes in New York, you guys could probably talk about tax in New York.
Oh fuck.
Bro. so if Riley convinces Brunson, say sorry, former agent, sorry, dad, sorry, Godfather, I won't go to Miami. It's in Dallas's favor for the Heat to do a sign trade, even if it's for Larry or Duncan or whatever. So I think it's just due diligence on our part, Riley part, just like, hey, it's the best free agent. Let me just drop my ranks on the table,
Yeah, just to see what it is and then get some intel on like what the Knicks situation could be. And also just the point about like there's something to be said about doing your due diligence from the agent's perspective and just, drawing favor with them because you never know. Tony, what do you think?
I see a lot of people who are talking about it being a cover up for a tamper and Pat dropping that favor and taking that meeting. And obviously the due diligence part of that, this really just feels like negotiation to me. I think that Jalen wants is every single dollar that he can get from the Knicks. And it sounds like he's already gotten it. It sounds like they've already upped the offer to 110, which is exactly what they intended to do. Imagine though, just in a vacuum, imagine Pat does it. He gives the LaMarcus Aldridge speech. And instead of LaMarcus walking away all disgruntled, like doesn't know what to do, Jalen says, fuck it, we're going to sign this deal. And Jalen calls Mark Cuban and he says, listen, I'm a good Christian, man. Okay. I pay my taxes. I was good. I want to help Luka. I don't want to leave you guys alone. Then we have to do a sign and trade to get that man. Like for that to get orchestrated, for it to happen is so crazy. And to think that it actually is a possibility because he's taking the meeting. This is wild. I've never heard of anything
we know
happening
that
before.
We know that Stein is a Mark Cuban mouthpiece, but Stein said that Brunson's camp reached out to Dallas and Miami for the meetings, and it could be a smoke screen. I don't care. The fact is, they reached out.
They're doing it.
It's going to be a meeting. It's going to happen. At the end of the day, or it's not Riley's going to take it's probably going to be Riley himself. It'll be like Andy or Nick or somebody sitting for an hour, telling Brunson how he could start. We all know what the Heat's biggest problem was in playoffs. Someone who could create. They could sell a very good story. You could be, as much shots, as much minutes, tax free. Bam, you and Bam he's actually like only a year older than Bam. Like they could sell it. And if at the end of the day he decides to go back to New York, it wasn't a waste of time. It's not a waste.
The number's got to be close, right? Like everybody's talking about the taxes. The number can't be that far away. If we're saying 400,
so if it's Larry, is gonna probably we could get to 110. We could.
Yeah. So to me, it's listen. He's taking a meeting. Anything's possible at this point. It's a younger asset. It's the same kind of money that we were talking about with Kyle Lowry, but I think it's a more movable contract because he's a younger asset that could just create a little bit more offense for himself. So,
and I also said
so
to my Knicks friends, like, even if I get Brunson for like $1 million or $1 billion in 2 years, it's better to trade Brunson for Mitchell than to trade.
Why doesn't that work
Kemba
the same way?
And Noah, exactly. So even if you get Brunson, that's a better package for Beal when he eventually opts out or acts out again or
whatever. I'm seeing people talk about Bradley Beal because he's a free agent. I feel like him being a free agent is not very helpful. He's probably just going to get all his money from the Wizards, and then we'll revisit the trade possibilities in a year or two when he starts thinking about it allegedly and then contemplating his future, and then he's just going to stay in Washington because he wants to be their Dirk, except he won't win a ring there. I don't know. But look, there is a lot to get to aside from the Jalen Brunson thing. Right before this, literally right before we started, and there's other stuff to get to. Like we're going to touch on PJ Tucker. We're going to touch on everything else. Greg Sylvander, our own from 5 Reasons Sports, obviously, and he's going to be one of the many people on tomorrow during the stream as free agency really gets going. Look, he reported something that I've been waiting for. Something that Gad at this network has been waiting for.
I got home.
That the Heat are interested. He posted this on Twitter that the Heat are interested in Mo Bamba. They're expected to show interest for Mo Bamba at the start of free agency, which again begins tomorrow, officially at 6 p.m. And this is important to note because Mo Bamba, we saw earlier today, is going into free agency unrestricted.
And I figured he was gone, but for the Magic, don't even give him a qualifying offer.
Not even giving him a qualifying offer.
Go away.
They want
we'll find a deal. That's okay. Yeah.
It looks like they're gonna want Isaiah Hartenstein.
Hartenstein, yeah. I mean, and to be honest, Hartenstein is a cheaper backup for not Willie Stein. Sorry, for Wendell Carter Jr. Too much WCs. I was gonna say WCJ was WCS. Yeah.
To me, I've said for a while, and I've said this on the Bahama Rican Boys back in like December, one of Timmy and I's first episodes before we were getting like views. If they don't get something big this summer, Mo Bamba for me is perfect in terms of what I think about when I'm like a big next to Bam, because if Bam is going to be switching out onto the perimeter all the time, having somebody else who can be a backline of defense that isn't 6'5" and, you know, being able to block shots and being able to stretch and shoot threes, he's kind of like a mini Miles Turner. You know what I mean? And someone that has a lot of talent that you can groom with Spo intrigues me a lot. Now, in terms of the money, I'm not sure how you make that work outside of a Duncan Robinson sign and trade. I don't know if there's a Victor Oladipo sign and trade that you could probably finagle there. I don't know if you're just going to get him with one of your exceptions, because I think he's going to get more money.
Yeah, so I basically think it's going to have to be if shout out, I forgot who tweeted it, but the Heat does not want to get hard capped, and it's not because they don't want to pay luxury tax.
No team really does, honestly.
Right, but the Heat, especially because if you get hard caps now, if Mitchell or your favorite player Bradley Beal becomes available in February,
that's number 3 in Washington.
So it's not people. So it's not Mickey Harrison.
Yeah, so it's not
Mickey Harrison being cheap.
Yeah, it's just the fact that
because that shit is going around. Even though the Heat have one of the highest payrolls of all the medium-sized market teams year in and year. I'm in fucking New York, all right, and I'm defending this shit. They have one of the highest payrolls year in and year out. They figured out how to get Jimmy Butler without cap space. If you get hard cap now, that's going to make your life way harder later on in terms of actually getting the whale. And you'd rather
So
be
basically,
able to
if you hard cap yourself as the Heat, you cannot get a whale at all until next July. And you know, Riley's just going to not accept. Why would anyone accept handcuffs? You know, you're going to have a key eventually, but you want to do things with your life in a year. That's just common sense. So it's not luxury tax, guys. It's not being cheap. We know the convo stock is plummeting, yes, but it's the difference between not want to be hard cap and not want to be luxury tax. So now, if Riley was sure that no star would ask out between now and February, he would take the hard cap. Sure. But you just can't. You cannot take that risk. Someone's gonna ask out. Someone's gonna, like, for instance, and I guess this will be our next topic. Murray is 25. We thought that Murray was going to be the Spurs' like young guard into the future. He just got traded for 3 picks in the swap. You can't really predict this new NBA. So it's very smart to not get hard capped.
I was telling Greg I was telling real quick. So I was telling Greg right before we got started that something that we don't see coming is what's going to happen. I'm convinced of that. Go ahead, Tony.
But the same way you're convinced of that, every NBA executive in the league is too. Like, teams will forever think the value that's coming is more valuable than what they have right now. Mm-hmm. So this 2025 draft, teams have convinced themselves that value is worth giving up assets for to get a pick in that draft to try and build their team for the future. So look, I know that Murray could have fit their window. Murray also started acting really wild, which might have justified some of those decisions that the Spurs made on social media. 3 picks and a player that can give the Spurs value right now and help them a swap, and they can build around that little young core they're trying to get. 2025 is probably the best draft that we've seen in 3 years. I think that's proper value for that guy. They didn't like their championship window with him being their best player. I know some people are down on that trade, but I loved it. I think that's the right move for San Antonio.
I thought the Heat could have gotten in on the DeJounte Murray thing.
But he's clutch. He's clutch.
I think,
I don't know if they could, man. I think they really value those unprotected picks.
Yeah, but here's the thing also. It's tough because he's not a great 3-point shooter. And the fit
sucks.
The fit isn't like
when you have Jimmy and Bamba, everyone else have to be able to hit the 3.
Mm-hmm. Well, in fairness, Jimmy seemed to find his shot at the end of last year.
Yeah.
And if he's working with Chris Brickley once he's done touring Big Face Coffee and shit during the summer, then he'll probably hit like a decent percentage from 3. But like the DeJounte Murray thing is interesting. But real quick, Tony, I want to get your thoughts on the Mo Bamba piece because like this seems look, it's interest season. Everybody's interested in everything and everybody. But at the same time, it seems to be like this is a real possibility. We trust Greg over here, obviously. Do we? Do you think that the Mo Bamba thing is a possibility? 1, 2, and is that somebody that fits with where they should be going?
I think it just depends on if we have something that Orlando's interested in. I'm sure as hell interested in Mo Bamba. Do they care for either of our players in a sign and trade? Like, does a Victor Oladipo reunion to them sound like something that they would want? They don't want to lose Mo Bamba for nothing. If they have a chance to do a sign and trade, why not? But otherwise, we'd have to spend less than $6 million for him, 6.4 million, right? That's our MLE, and then we're hard capped. So he's going to get more money than that on an open market. I just don't see the move where we can get him.
Yeah, I 100%. It would have to be Depot because, and just to answer a few people in the comments, the Heat are not going to use the full MLE. They're not, because using more than 6.4 of the MLE means your hard cap. It's not going to happen. So any move the Heat makes, the cap is 6.4, unless you try and trade Depot and he gets a 10 mil contract.
Yeah,
now,
that's the only way.
So
and then you're not hard capped that way.
Right. So now, is Depot worth 10 mil? And is he worth 10 mil to these teams? That's going to be every question you ask yourself when it comes to getting a player. We were talking about does Denver think that Depot is worth 10 mil? Clearly not. They got KCB for 13, and KCB had his best catch and shoot season ever. So,
but Timmy, it's Orlando. What do they care?
Right. But I'm saying that's the point. They won't want Depot for 10 mil. So you go to the Wizards. You want Kuzma. Do the Wizards want Depot to back up Beal and Monte Morris? Maybe. We don't know. But that's going to be. So it's not going to be the MLE. It's going to be Depot's contract. No, silent trade is. Well, that's. No.
But I'll tell you.
So I also answered Kevin Heath. You only get hard capped if you receive a player in sign and trade. You not get hard cap if you send out a player in sign and trade. So that's what you get Heat. So you can send out players in sign and trade, and you will not get hard capped. But receiving hard caps a team.
I think what's more important than this is that
we know that you think Zach LaVine's going to the fucking Lakers. Thank you in the comments. Jesus Christ, man.
He says it 3 times.
I don't give a fuck about Zach LaVine today.
It's like Beetlejuice.
We're gonna start taking questions and shit. Manny, handle that, please, in the comments.
Hey, but real quick, it shows you the Heat's interest, right? They want guards that can defend and shoot, and they want big men. They don't give a fuck about this 6'5", 6'6" vision at power forward center anymore. They want big guys. That's their interest.
Thank you, Jacob. All right. Oh shit, we got a donation. We got to read this. We got to stop.
Please
read this. We're gonna get to PJ Tucker in a second. Then we're gonna get to.
I'll send it all. Send it all, boy.
Corpse says, how about the Heat making a run at OG Anunoby to replace PJ Tucker, who we're about to talk about? He wants out of Toronto. That's a report. And the money matches Duncan. He's the perfect player for the Heat. Okay. Clear out. Because we're going to talk about OG Anunoby and PJ Tucker right now. Let's start with this question with OG Anunoby, and we're going to tie it into PJ Tucker. But OG is somebody that fascinates me. I don't know why. Like, what's going on there? Is he definitely on the move?
Barnes.
Maybe that's part of it. He seems to be one of the odd guys out there. And on top of that, while you would think, why does Miami and Toronto, why would they want to do business with each other? They just did last year. So, you can't rule anything out. Guys, Timmy, let's start with you. OG Anunoby, I mean, are you using Duncan and what for this?
I would use Duncan, but I'm like maybe 99.99999% sure that Masai doesn't want Duncan. He's too fairly colored. He's too fairly colored to want to go to Toronto. But no, we saw that the Blazers didn't trade the 7th pick. We could have been Shaden Sharp. The Blazers had much more better options than Duncan. So would I do Duncan for OG? Yes, in a heartbeat. Like I would fly to Miami with my own money and pack Duncan's bags myself.
But we know you have to add picks.
It's not just picks, bro. An OG trade is gonna hurt.
Yeah, I think they want to actual like.
I'm not trading Tyler Hero.
Are you not?
Not in that deal. I would trade. I'm open to trading Tyler Hero,
So
not
this-
for OG
this
Anunoby.
may
I'm aiming higher. If I'm using Hero.
controversial, but I might.
I would
trade
do it.
Hero for OG.
You would do Hero for Anunoby?
Yeah,
would do
Both
it.
of you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
buddy. Yeah.
Okay, speak for yourselves, please.
I-
Because I feel like that takes you out of certain discussions that I don't want to be out of. You know?
I don't
See,
think it
but then
does. Out of
would
what
trade
discussion? The
OG
Mitchell
like,
discussion?
see,
He's still
so
there next
the
year.
same way how I would sign.
But I don't want to
Brunson
wait till next year.
and trade for Mitchell.
You don't
I
get
would-
him this year. He's not asking out.
Look, there's enough time. Remember,
So, to
Kyrie
your
Irving.
point-
Kyrie Irving got to the Celtics in like August that year that he got traded.
Yeah.
You know, trades happen late sometimes. I think the Chris Paul trade, one of them shits. I don't know if it when he went to Oklahoma City or when he went to Houston, or one of them was late into the offseason. Trades happen late. That's the thing. Everybody's going to be stressed out now about free agency and all this shit. There's going to be
something happened in August. Yeah,
something's going to happen right before training camp.
My
Something's
only
gonna
thing
happen
with
right before
Mitchell,
training
this
camp.
is my only thing. You started to generate the report, or at least there was the rumor of the report at deadline last year that he was going to ask out and he wasn't happy. And we never got there. If he was going to do it, why didn't he do it at the beginning of the offseason when he had leverage to kind of get that done?
We don't know that things aren't being worked on right now, though, Tony.
But
I
why
know
is
like
that
we
on
have
the-
certain things have to play out in terms of movement, contracts, etc. Like that's why I'm saying sometimes when the dust settles, boom, you wake up August 14th and there's a trade.
I think it's very telling that
Clinical insanity. Hold on. Hold on. You can say you don't like it, but clinically insane. OG's a creator that can shoot and play defense. Hold on now.
I'm not.
and 2 steals and a block. Come on, now.
No,
Come on.
but
Clinically insane.
For me, it's Duncan and picks, and I don't know what else you're throwing in terms of making it work. Sure, I'll throw in Yurt if that helps.
Ethan can go.
Ethan and Duncan for
He can start 5 reasons north.
He can do it for culture.
I'm
5
not
reasons
trading.
north.
I'm not trading Ethan.
Ethan would love Toronto.
But I
I
think
know
it's-
Ethan as a person. He would love Toronto.
I think it's telling that the Jazz didn't hire Johnny Bryant as their head coach, so maybe Ainge has stopped the massaging of Mitchell, hiring Pascal and this trainer. So the fact that they got Will Hardy for white reasons to coach the team instead of Johnny Bryant, maybe they're cutting off a line. Okay, Mitchell, we've done enough. It's your time. I saw Gobert for OG as a possible trade. I don't know how that happens. If that happens, but if Gobert is being offered for OG, he's not taking Duncan flipping podcaster Robinson.
I texted Ethan to let him know. Actually, I know I told him in one of our group messages to let him know that he's being traded for OG Anunoby. See what he says. I'll report back. Let's get.
I'm going to add in there later.
Let's get to PJ Tucker before we start taking some, because I just want to just like the second half of this, just comments go crazy.
So I love PJ Tucker.
Wait, let's lay out what's going on first. So basically, here's where we're at. Because we're jumping around a lot. Here's where we're at with PJ Tucker.
This is so much fun.
In the very beginning, it seemed like, oh, whatever, he's gonna come back. And now all of a sudden, it's kind of like we've seen the Philly reporters and Keith Pompey and people of that nature, and now they've been saying that they're going to create the space for PJ Tucker to get the full mid-level exception, non-taxpayer mid-level exception from the Sixers, which is roughly 3 years, $30 million, and at age 37, that's good. He's made money in the NBA, but this will be
how much money do you think he's made?
Contract.
How much money do you think he's made for his
You
career?
told me earlier, so I'm not.
No, I didn't. I didn't know it just now. How much money do you think he's made for his career? This could be a ballpark.
$52 million.
Damn, how much, Tony?
Well, who is it?
PJ, how much money has he made
career
for
earnings?
his whole career?
Oh man, I don't.
Just give me a spitball. Just give me a number.
Let's say 48.
56.
No, I was close. We both didn't play the game right. We should have.
I should have one under you or one up you. I don't know.
Yeah.
That
But
was a bad
the
move.
point is that PJ Tucker, it looks like a lot of expectations are that he's going to go to the Sixers. I still am not and Ethan sort of lent voice to this earlier. The Heat still don't fully believe that that's going to be the case yet.
Right.
We'll see what happens. The Heat could only offer, unless they use the mid-level, they
Which
could only
they're not.
offer up to, and they're not, to about 3 years and about 27-ish million or 26 million, something along those
He
lines.
already owns them all.
So it'll be 327 from Miami, but it could be 333 from the Sixers.
Yes. And state tax versus no state tax. There's that there, but it seems like more than anything else, it just seems like PJ wants to, be with Harden and Daryl Morey again, reportedly,
and possibly Eric Gordon,
reportedly, and they might get the whole band back together and lose in the second round, whatever. But I mean, PJ Tucker would be a big loss, but I think people are acting like they're dead without him, and I don't think that's going to be the case. Tony,
I think it's just sorry to cut you off, Tony, for like the 50 millions. This is like a thing. I just cut off Tony.
Tony,
this is a damn thing you do. Well, I don't have a mute button here on Spaces. On Spaces, I'd have muted Timmy's ass and then talked over him. I don't care. But here, I'll let
we got another donation we're going to get to in a second. Timmy, go ahead.
Yeah, I just I think the fear is that if we use Tucker, who will we get? Because Mohawkless has really scarred fans. That Mohawkless and the Ariza replacement of Jay Carter is really. But I think that the team has learned from their mistakes. I actually don't mind Jay Carter coming back. I don't. It's fair and deal. And I've seen people saying TJ Warren. I don't mind Jay Carter and TJ Warren replacing TJ, but I do think we should put our aspirations a bit higher. Just a bit higher. The John Collins, the Harrison Barnes, the Marcus Morris. But I love his fit, but the world is not over. Like the Tucker leaves, it was a great season. You was fresh up in Miami with your Lambo, whatever. But no, it's not the end of the world.
Hit the donation, Brian, and circle back to the Tucker.
Okay, Corbs, thank you again for another 10. Flip hero for picks for Toronto. Keep Oladipo for the bench, and you will still have the mid-level for others.
I'm with it.
Timmy's giving a big thumbs up there. I don't think they're gonna flip Hero for picks, but
they won't.
I feel like if Hero does go, then yeah, Oladipo stays. Tony,
look, the issue of losing PJ Tucker right now is that you have a guy that you have on your team currently that you can sign with salary, and then you still have 2 exceptions to use to help your team get better. Which could equal 3 more whole players if you split the MLE and then use the biannual for someone else, which means that with the addition of PJ Tucker, you could add 3 to 4 players back onto your roster. Losing PJ means that probably you're going to have to trade Duncan for a 4 now. You have to. You kind of don't have a choice. He's got to move for that position. And then you have to look to use one of your assets, one of your exceptions, to also help fill the rotation of that position. PJ's a valuable piece that understands the system, knows how to play with all of our players, knows the guys. Losing him is going to hurt. I don't care what situation you think you can get 2 better players than him. If we can do it, great. But losing him is going to suck for just trying to maneuver around the cap. It's just going to be a lot harder if we can't sign him with salary. It's just how it's going to be.
Yeah.
But there's a clear motivation from this team to get bigger, and it's to get a hell of a lot bigger than what they had out there with PJ. So if he is gone and they think that, like Brian thinks, because Brian keeps talking about it, said it twice in this stream, he feels vibes of something happening. He feels energy of things occurring. If you think you can get bigger than PJ Tucker and still fill out that 4 rotation, he's got to walk. He's got to walk. I can't use an MLE on him. I can't use. Yeah. He's got to be signed with salary or he's got to go.
Yeah, I can't do it either. I can't use the MLE on PJ Tucker because that's supposed to be used to get your team better and not just keep it the same. And on top of that, I mean, let's be honest. He goes to Philadelphia. You're going to go to a team with even less depth. They're going to have to maneuver around and give up some pieces to sort of make this work. They're giving up a lot to be able to get PJ Tucker.
Well, speaking of giving up a lot, Harden is giving up $11 million.
And that's the thing. Harden. Yeah, and everyone in the group chat was like, hey, yo, I can't believe James Harden gave up so much money. Oh, my God, he really wants to win a championship. What the fuck? He's still getting 36, 38, 40 fucking million this year. He's going to get more after that. The reason why he's opting out is because he's going to get a long-term deal anyway. What does it fucking matter? And he's made how much money throughout the course of his career? Like $260 million or something crazy like that. Like, what are we giving James Harden fucking props for? Sorry. But anyway, like
I must say, I was actually thought he was going to get all this money. I actually didn't think he would.
Whatever. I mean, look, he's getting PJ Tucker back, but unfortunately, I mean, we'll see how PJ Tucker holds up with their medical staff.
Well, at least he's most likely going to be back. He's the backup to Tobias Harris. So,
yeah, we'll see what happens there. All right, so comments, questions. We're gonna just do that for the next 30 minutes. Tobias ain't gonna. I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do. But comments, questions.
He gotta go.
Manny, just pull something. Just start pulling shit. Like we'll work with whatever because we got a lot of them. And we got to get to them. Michael, thank you for this.
How?
Wiseman. What a fucking
Don't worry.
start. Wiseman alongside Bam and Jay Crowder back and a guard like Beal. All right, next. I don't even know how to.
Yeah, Wiseman is leaving.
Beal and Jay Crowder salsa him, boy.
Josue Martinez, nah, hero upside is way more than whatever OG is right now, at least offensively.
Offensively, but that boy that does in defense is maddening. Like I watched OG gave a guy a stroke on the court before. Like that man.
And Ben Simmons in hell, boy. Oh my god.
I watch a man get the vein in his forehead.
I'm all for an OG trade. I'm not using Tyler for that. I'm just not doing it. Muhammad says sign and trades for LaVille Brunson.
Brunson is getting a max, and I think don't quote me on this. I think I would I would trade Larry for Brunson, just because Brunson is more attractive in another trade.
I'm actually. It's funny. I want Brian to continue if he doesn't mind to explain why he wouldn't trade Lowry for Brunson.
Like, I said it already. I said this at the beginning. I said I must have not heard it because I said I would make the trade. It just wouldn't be my first Lowry trade option because I'm still trying. Yeah, okay. I'm still trying to make a bigger deal. But if that's one of my secondary, tertiary, and however the fuck after that, if that's like one of my options,
it is a number one because you know what is the current number one right now? Kyrie, and you don't want him, so it is the number one deal.
We don't know that Kyrie is number one, and I'm not trading anything. I tell you,
out of available guards, out of available star guards, Kyrie is the most available.
I'll sign. I'm not even gonna say it because some people might take it the wrong way. Never, Tony, I'm not gonna say what I said in the group chat the other day about the players I would sign before I would sign Kyrie Irving. Because I don't want to get taken the wrong way.
Dragic's coming back on the max.
But no, that's not what it was. You know that. Andrew Green donation. Let's get to him. Giving us $9.99. All right, so that's good. I'm late to the show. What's your realistic prediction for the next few days? Predictions, we'll get to that probably at the end of the show.
At the end,
we'll save that for the end. Yeah, we'll save that for the end. But we got you, Andrew. We're gonna circle back to that. Rome Gray, DeAndre Ayton, maybe something you kind of sort of maybe have to think about. Timmy, you're from the Bahamas.
We have Bamba the bio. You know, I love Ayton, but no, we have Bam. Bama's a better defender, team defender. Ayton maybe shoots more jumpers by design, but no, we have Bam. Next question.
Tony, you got anything to add on Ayton? No?
Shit, we had Bam. Next question.
Aaron Anders, TJ Warren and Jimmy settled their beef.
You should think about everything though.
A couple minutes on TJ Warren here.
Okay.
Because I'm seeing people call for this, and I'm not against it as a backup sort of option. No, there is no but. I'm just not against it. Now I'm not paying a lot of money for him. We haven't seen the dude play. He played in the bubble. He was great. Had a foot injury. Played 4 games during the 2020-2021 season or the 2021-2022 season.
He hasn't played since the bubble. I mean, he played 4 games after the bubble. That's it.
Okay, so it was the 2020-2021 season. So he's played 4 games. He hasn't played since December of 2020. Okay, so from now he hasn't played in a year and a half. So he would basically be this year's Oladipo, except he would actually go into training camp ready to like contribute, play, etc. But he would be, held out sometimes and on a minutes restriction early on and things of that nature. But TJ Warren is interesting, and I feel like, look, the Heat are the kind of organization they'll bring in a guy that's beefed with one of their guys before. Like they'll just do that. And I'm sure that Jimmy Butler, who clearly wants to win, because look, they traded Goran Dragic, that was his man's. They might trade Kyle Lowry. That's his man's, obviously. You know what I mean? Like, I think that he's a guy that's like, yo, I just want to win. I don't care. And he'll figure out the TJ Warren thing and make it work. Anything to add on the TJ Warren front before we go on to our next question?
No, I for less than, I would get the biannual. Oh, hold on. Does the biannual hard cap you?
So, no, it does not if you use it by itself. And I would either, TJ Warren's a guy I would either sign with the back half of the MLE if you're splitting it, whatever that number is. It was 3.3 this year. It might be like 3.6, 3.7 now. Or I would biannual him. If you're not going to sign and trade Depot, you have to consider the biannual with Depot. But I would biannual TJ.
Well, we have Depot's bird right, so I think.
That's right. You got his bird. I forgot.
Yeah, so we won't touch an exception for him.
Yeah, I don't think TJ Warren's crazy. Again, not one of my first options, but like if that's something they circle back to, I think they could make that work.
I don't see why you don't use him to fill
Is
out
it
the
Tra
rotation.
or is it TRA? Let us know. Is Danilo Gallinari going to get bought out?
I think so because he was traded today. We don't know if his contract ever got guaranteed. Now his $5 million guarantee has to go up to about 10 for the trade to work. So there's like so there's a strong chance. We never saw got guaranteed. So we were thinking it's 5 p.m. It might actually have been midnight tonight for the deadline. So
we might find this out after the stream.
Right. So, but there's a very strong chance that yes, he'll get bought out. I know the Heat has shown interest, even though we have a Gallo at home and Jovic, and the Celtics have also showed interest.
I think Gallo will be interesting. I mean, I put him in the same category as TJ Warren. Like, I'd give it a look. Not one of my first options, but
I think they're going to give him more than a look. They liked him last year. Like
year
if
before.
He gets waived,
not year before, year before.
Yeah. So I mean, if he gets waived, man, he's definitely going to be on their radar. It's all about spacing and size right now. If you're a spacer and you got size, you're getting looked at by the Heat.
He could come off the bench. He could be a spot starter too. I've always liked Danilo's game. I feel like for a 6th overall pick, I would start him. He's dodged the bust allegations because he's had just a solid career and battled some injuries. So he's a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, and I don't know if you guys know, he had the surgery. He realized something was going wrong. And if the surgery went back in the next year, they say, because I think he tore his ACL, and like he heard 2 things. The doctor went in and fixed one. And Gallo was like, something doesn't feel right. The next surgeon said, you said you got what done? This was never repaired.
Yeah.
So something like the depot thing. Like I'm happy he was able to come back after that. He sued the doctor. It was like a whole bunch of shit.
Timmy, read this name, please.
Hey, Mother Sick. Mother Sick. What is your best guess as how the Heat comes out of this? I think the Heat will trade Duncan for a 4 and get a very strong defensive wing at the 3. With the MLE.
I'm doing predictions at the end. We'll get to that in a bit. I am seeing comments about Nikola Jovic, and I just want to reiterate for people who may have missed it on last week's stream. I am a big Nikola Jovic fan, and I was saying this before. Timmy knows this. I said before the draft, I think he's going to be a top 10 player from this draft class. And it just so happens that of all teams for him to land on.
You guys got to go back and watch the stream from last week. Brian waited 15 minutes to get excited because he was very afraid that we weren't keeping the pick. And then you watch his face realization that when the Heat tweeted the pick, he's like, "We're keeping the pick."
I was like, "They're keeping this?" Because I thought it was going to be a trade. But Nikola Jovic, I think he's going to be good. He's a project. I think he contributes this year in the regular season. In the playoffs, maybe not. But he's like fucking 19 years old. I think he just turned 19 or some years old. He's very young. All right, next. What else we got, Manny? Josue Martinez is back. TJ Warren been injured way too much. We got enough of that already.
That's cheap players, man. That's how you get cheap players.
We'll see if they still have a lot of that because there's going to be some shuffling around. Jafet, shout out to you, says, how many first-round picks does the Heat have that they can trade?
23, 25, 27, 29.
4?
I believe. If you go up to 29, yeah.
You can because it's supposed to be 7 years.
Yeah,
after the draft class.
So if I don't quote me, I'm like 85, 90% sure. I think it's 23, 25, 27, 29.
I thought it was 3. Sure.
I'll figure it out.
They might have got the 4th one. Okay.
The minimum 3 for sure. We have 3 picks.
It's at least 3 and it could be 4. Look, they have picks to play with. That's why the KZ Okpala trade was important.
I would not trade Hero for Brunson because I already hate having 1 small guard. 2 small guards is a no-no. Like I can't have a 6'1" point guard and a 6'1" shooting guard. Like it's just not gonna happen.
Depending on how they could defend, because Gabe Vincent, I could live with him as a 2. Jason says odds of a Duncan Barnes swap. Harrison Barnes, we're assuming you mean. And what else would we have to add? Thanks, Timmy.
As Brian knows, I want the Black Falcon in Miami. He just turned 30. I was a fan from college. 6'9", 6'8", could shoot. He had athleticism, but no one knows what the Kings want. I hope it'll take maybe Duncan in the second. I would love, and shout out to Greg. Greg said for the first time ever, it has reached his doorstep that the Heat have actually touched in Harrison Barnes. It's no longer just Twitter speak. Harrison Barnes is, and the Black Falcon might be coming to Miami. At least they're trying. And before Brian goes, Brian has asked us this question, so I want you guys in the comments to answer this. Between Collins, Morris, and Barnes, who do you rather?
John Collins, Marcus Morris, and Harrison Barnes. Rank them in terms of who do you want most.
Yeah, you guys put in the comments for us.
I want to see what they say. Tony,
what do you think, Tony, about Barnes?
Can I play Mary Fuck Kill with those three really quick?
Yes.
Sure.
I don't
All
know
right.
if you want to play that. I mean, you
Yeah,
might
like,
want to
you wanna
reword
change
it.
the words?
Like,
you want to marry, date?
I said what I said.
Okay, I tried. Okay.
I think I'm going full sell on Harrison Barnes opening up this offense. I really am. I would probably go Barnes. Man, I might go Barnes, Morris, Collins to be really honest with you. I really might. I think Collins has way more defensive upside and he offers us a little more versatility. And if we don't keep PJ, then it's Collins. But let's say we keep PJ. It might be Barnes, Morris, Collins.
And what if they don't keep PJ? Because it looks like
Then-
that might be the case.
Then if it's not PJ, then it's Barnes, Collins, Morris. The thing with Collins, it's a little challenging for me to swallow is that he's another big man that can't. You did it. Don't do that. Why? Why, Tim?
I actually wasn't laughing at you.
Why, bro?
I actually wasn't laughing at you. I'm sorry.
Why, bro? Tony Cook, come on, man.
I'm getting tired of this shit. Timmy, where you stay, man? Drop your pin, bro.
You know where I am. Not so the Bahamas. Catch a flight, homie.
I'm pulling up. I'm taking a boat right now, bro. We squabbling. This is over. Hey, so look, I think, man, I don't like the idea of it's not that bad, bro. Why are you setting me up for failure, man? Why? It's God's light, man. 2022.
I always enjoy when Manny does this.
Hey, do we got to keep him though? And be honest, if we trade for the brother, we got to keep Keith, right?
Yes,
No,
you do. Yes, you do.
Here's the thing, Manny. I'm glad you brought this up. You can take it down now. I just want to say, like, if
Not me.
if Marcus Morris is the guy that Duncan Robinson does fetch, picks whatever, but like in terms of that being the main player, I do think they've re-signed Markieff to the veteran minimum. Otherwise, that'd be kind of awkward. And I will say Markieff Morris was actually before Nikola Jokic popped him last year, and people forget that. So yeah, in terms of, I'm not going to play Tony's game. I'm going to play my game in terms of ranking the three forwards, in terms of who I would want the Heat to get if I'm trying to, talk well about how I think their basketball team should go. First option for me would be he would cost the most, but I'm very intrigued by John Collins. And I really think that the stuff with him and Trae Young, I think he gets away from that, and there's a possibility he could be better. I'm envisioning that Bam can play on the elbow and just toss lobs to John Collins. We'll see more point Bam. That's interesting to me.
Okay.
And then I also think, and then for me, I put Marcus Morris because of his offensive versatility next, and then Barnes after. But I like all three of them. Like, I think any of the three would be good.
My thing about Collins is I don't know who's creating any offense for him. And I don't see how much of it he's going to create for himself, especially with Bam on the floor. But if you're saying you want Bam to be one of the primary initiators, which I think he could have in his bag, especially in a full court setting, I think Bam's a better full court initiator and a half court initiator.
We saw him do it.
He's really good. In Summer League 3 years ago, he was killing it, man. He had handles for days. And it's honestly, I feel like he's one of those people that if you put him in that position and let him get the reps at it, he'll only get better at that kind of thing.
Let's get to this comment.
Shout out to Greg. Greg just reported that if he goes to Philly, Slow-Mo and TJ Warren are on the table. Bring me Kyle Anderson. Now.
Really?
Kyle Anderson's a great glue guy, man.
He's
a great
Slow-Mo.
glue guy.
Heat fans are going to be so annoyed by
they'll hate him. They'll hate him just like they hated Myers. And Myers would launch that shit like a trebuchet. It has 7 hitches.
So 33% from the three is not great, but at least he takes the shot. But he could pass. He plays defense. He gets a lot of steals. Yeah. Like he really right before the season started when Dylan Brooks was out for 4 weeks with a broken thumb and a wrist.
Yeah.
Kyle Anderson basically had 6 points, 8 rebounds, 2 steals, 4 assists, 3 blocks. Like he really could fill the stat sheet. And that's the type of play you want.
He's slow as fuck. He's slower than everybody on the screen probably, but that dude gets the job done.
Bring me slow-mo.
I am
one of the highest PERs in the league 2 years
Thank
ago.
you for the donation. I, as somebody who is from New York, from this tri-state area, I'm very familiar with Kyle Anderson's game, and I've liked him for a long time. Appreciate his versatility. And this is someone that Greg has mentioned previously. So now we're seeing it, obviously, right before July 1st, right before June 30th, actually. I think this is pretty significant. Kyle Anderson, I think, would be very interesting as a piece that comes in and could contribute on this team. And coming over from a situation like Memphis, I think that's somebody that intrigues me. All right. What else do we have here on the comments? And he also noted TJ Warren there, who we talked about earlier. So that's very interesting that the Heat doesn't surprise me that the Heat will have interest there. You know, I think Jimmy Butler and him could pass it up. And I also see people in the comments saying Bobby Portis. I don't think that's going to happen because it looks like he's going to resign with Milwaukee.
Yo, bring me Josh Hart now.
I love Bobby Portis, though. Let's get to Josh comment because Tony loves this. I'm going to toss this to Tony. Portland offer Josh Hart, Nasir Little, 1 lottery pick, and another first for OG. He could offer better. And you said you want Josh Hart, so you want to take Josh Hart and OG Anunoby from this deal.
I don't know what we have to do. I don't know what we have to do to get this done. And Josh looks like his future's kind of solidified. We already know pretty much what's happening with him. Yeah, he's going to be there. But he's one of those guys that I just thought could fill in that spot next to PJ Tucker, man, for the
Josh Hart story. They asked David West, why did you retire? I tried to back down Josh Hart, and I could not move him. That's when I know I need to retire. That's my favorite Josh Hart story. David West, MMA, big David West, mid-range bandit, part of the best drafts of all time, said that he could not move 6'3" Josh Hart in the block. And he knew immediately that he would have to retire.
That whole Indiana Pacers team just fell apart after LeBron demolished them, boy.
My favorite Josh Hart story is one time he was playing Call of Duty online and got so mad that he ripped off his keyboard, threw it down on the ground, stepped on it 3 times and said, fuck this game, fuck this game, fuck this game, and then turned off the camera. That's great.
A dog. That's a dog.
Look, great guard rebounder, one of the best guard rebounders probably in the league. We're getting a lot of questions about Luke Dort.
I love Lugan Stort, but
he's an unrestricted free agent.
No, he isn't unrestricted. So the wording was very weird. They declined the team option, which made him a restricted.
He's a restricted.
Restricted free agent. Okay, he's a restricted. And so that means that they're basically just going to resign him.
And they did the same thing with Jason Tate. They declined the team option. So both of them have a $1.8 million QO. And they'll stay.
Jason Tate will be a Heat.
They're just going to want years. Jason Tate should be a Heat player.
He's going to be a Heat player at some point this decade. Some point this decade, he's going to be a Heat player before.
Yeah. Now, here's the thing with both
him,
of those
Jose
guys.
Alvarado. Like, there's certain dudes you watch them, they're going to be Heat players.
Well, that's a possibility now, you know.
Look, Jose Alvarado's Puerto Rican. Don't play with me. We got him on the national team. He's about to play. We got him in a couple days. They play in Mexico and Team USA.
You got Juan up there. You got Juan. That's a possibility for you.
And Greg also said that he might call in because Juan is now unrestricted. Juan
Toscano Anderson.
He is unrestricted.
Yeah, unrestricted.
Say people's full names, guys. Jesus.
Sorry, ambassador of all Spanish players in the NBA. I deeply.
Juan Toscano. You know what I'm saying? All right. Jafet, a trade for Gary Trent Jr.
Nah, I mean, I don't think that does anything for us. Now, if you're bringing in random shooting guards, bring me Bahamian, bring me Eric Gordon, bring me Buddy Hield, or bring me Timmy Hardaway Jr. Bring me some culture, bring me some history, you know.
But Buddy Hield is an interesting one.
Buddy Hield still is very interesting.
When we did the episode with Sean, like right before the draft, and we were doing all the fake trades. Tony, you remember that was one that came up. It was something to the effect of Duncan for Buddy Hield. I don't remember what else was involved. Maybe some draft compensation.
And Fitz, Duncan goes to Indiana where there's still an active KKK chapter, and Buddy comes to Miami, from the country. Look how the city that Bahamas built. It's the perfect trade. It's the perfect trade.
Okay, I just want to be clear that the Duncan joke is that he plays better in red states, not active KKK states, but sure. We'll go.
I'm blurry now because of that shit.
All
right, we back. Duncan play. I'm not even gonna touch that because we will need to know.
I would love Buddy Hield.
Okay,
Bring the
yeah.
offense.
But I think that's what I want to say. Duncan, I think, is going to be traded for a 4. I think he has to at this point, if that's going to be. Willie Jean says, Willie Jean, that's funny. Says that Michael Mulder will be in the rotation next year. I don't know about Michael Mulder. I'm positive Haywood Highsmith is going to make the rotation, though.
Mulder is Bam's old college roommate, so I guess he'll be around. But
whoa, Scuba, that is crazy. All right, let's get to another comment, Manny. I'm not gonna touch that one in the comments. Let's get to another comment, Manny. We're gonna take this till about 8 o'clock, so we got 10 minutes here. Josh says, "How you feeling about getting Jimmy's best friend Warren and Pam's best friend Turner?"
So I think that because Bam
rival
got
squad.
the medal, he might have buried the beef with Turner. I'm not sure, but I just think so.
Bam doesn't seem like I feel like if they wanted to get Turner and they told him, "Yo, Bam, we want to do this," I don't think Bam's gonna be like, "Nah, fuck that, trade me." Like, I think he'll be like the same way I think Jimmy will get over the TJ Warren thing. I think Bam will get over the Miles.
The
Turner
two
thing.
of them, I think they would think the same way. Like, all right, let's do it. Like, I think they would love that shit.
Yeah, and I think again, Miles Turner is a kind of big next to Bam that is very intriguing, especially if you're going to give Bam more ball handling responsibilities. If you trade Kyle Lowry, you're probably going to have to anyway.
Oh, don't bring back Rio. I was just watching him in the Big Three. Please, God, don't bring back Rio.
He wasn't very good.
Nor Beasley.
He wasn't very good in Puerto Rico either when he played there professionally last year. His numbers are pretty bad. Him and not Jay Crowder, Kenneth Faried also. Jay Crowder, by the way, his name is starting to come up back because Phoenix is going to do some shit. They're looking to trade DeAndre Ayton. Maybe they get rid of Jay Crowder as well, and Jay Crowder is an interesting one to sort of keep an eye on. AP says DeJounte would have been great. Could have shifted Lowry maybe in a 3-team deal. I mean, I don't know. I have no idea. Have you, Sean? Honestly, probably my favorite troll on Twitter. Have you guys discussed Casey Okpala free agent small salary?
You can't look away from guys with length right now. I think you got to look at all your options.
Realistically, I would not mind Winslow back on a minimum deal, on a very minimum deal. Bring back Winslow.
I would not like
no
that
to Winslow,
all.
no to KZ Okpala. Moving on. All right, what else we got, Manny? We got about 8 minutes left. Ricky J. Marks or somebody mentioned KZ. No, nobody mentioned KZ. We're moving on. Manny.
Don't pull that Chris Silva comment up. Don't do it.
No, we can't be that down bad, bro. Like
I'm actually rather Silva over Deadman.
All right. What else?
Hey, Timmy, man. Hey, I'm gonna start keeping strikes.
Did the Hawks give up too much for DeJounte Murray? I mean, I don't know, man.
No.
What is very scary is the unprotected picks, because what if it becomes Tatum?
Well, here's the thing.
Yeah.
DeJounte Murray is going to be. We're gonna get to Corbs in a second. Shout out to Corbs. He's carrying us. DeJounte Murray is going to be extension eligible very soon. And in 2024, that new extension will kick in 2 years. So I think that's part of why the Spurs wanted to trade him. Also, they're just going to tank straight up. But I think that DeJounte Murray, that situation is going to become fascinating because Atlanta is obviously in a win-now situation. And DeJounte Murray extension is going to be looming over these next 2 seasons. So I do think that they're going to have to trade John Collins at some point because you're going to want to resign Okongwu. And DeAndre Hunter, I think, already has his deal, if I'm not mistaken.
No, Hunter is looking for his extension this summer.
Oh, he's looking for his extension. So, and that's not even going to kick in until next season. So, I still think John Collins is going to be traded at some point.
Yeah, I think Collins is gone. Capello, we already have Capello's replacement in the Okongwu. So, like, at worst case scenario, you end up getting hurt, or the East get much better, and you end up getting a very low. And what if, God forbid, Trey gets hurt? Yeah. Only Murray left. The Hawks plummet to like the 12th seed in 2025. That pick becomes number 1 pick. It goes to the Spurs. Like, that's the downside. Like, you don't know what happens in 25, 27. You could say they're young, but injuries happen. And shout out, me and Brian.
Yes. I tweeted this out also. Absolutely. If they're doing a fire sale, Keldon Johnson, I'm already trying to get him on the team. Yeah, let's get to the $5 donation. Because we missed that.
Y'all are down bad in these comments. I'm seeing
any chance we steal Bobby Portis. Oh boy, listen.
Hey, the real life Pokemon, get him.
I love Bobby Portis. Okay, let me tell you something about Bobby Portis. This dude.
Timmy just lowered my awareness by 5 points right there. Use Lear.
Oh God, look. We out here. You know what I'm saying?
There you go.
The thing about Bobby Portis, he punched Nikola Mirotic in the face,
broke his face,
and the Bulls took his side because Mirotic got traded. Mirotic, shout out to him, making bank in EuroLeague right now, in Liga ACB in Spain, one of the best players internationally. Bobby Portis would be great on this team in terms of an offensive fit. Defensively, could get a little dicey sometimes. But in terms of, as Sean Rochester likes to joke, perfect four next to Bam, I think he's up there.
Sadly,
I just don't think they're going to get him, though.
Yeah, they get the Bucks to offer a max of 4 years, $49 million. So basically, Portis is doing would be one Tucker to do: take the deal now and then opt out and get the deal. So Portis took that deal last year. He's basically going to get 4 years, 50, and that's going to be his money. So yeah, sadly, that's wrapped up.
Kyrie Walker.
I don't know if you're trying to ask us about Kemba Walker or Kyrie Irving, but
I'm not taking questions on either, and I love Kemba. I said Kemba.
One player. Wow, that's the name I haven't heard in years.
All right, let's get serious here. We got 5 minutes left. Like, do we have serious free agent questions, comments?
Guys,
like in the comments,
predictions.
We got 5, and I want to fuck around, but goddamn, son, like Lonnie Walker is a good call. Lonnie Walker
is another one.
So the Spurs actually did tender the sheet, but I don't think they'll match. They said go find an offer.
Go find an offer. And he's a Miami boy, so that's interesting. Let's get to Willie Jean because he made a donation here.
It's not your lover.
Willie. Miami have 3-and-D options: Serge Ibaka, Yusuf Nurkic, Mo Bamba. Okay, what?
I don't think we have Nurkic. I don't really think there's
a chance. Nurkic's going to stay.
Yeah.
I don't think Nurkic would be clunky next to Bam, I feel like. Who were the other names there?
Mo Bamba and...
Was the other one Bobby Portis? Let me just scroll up here.
To pull it. Serge Ibaka.
Oh, Serge Ibaka, isn't he?
I don't want to get slower.
Yeah, I think he might be cooked or very close to it. And Mo Bamba, we talked about at the top of the show, but Mo Bamba is, to me, if you're not getting a whale, if you're not getting like somebody of that ilk, Mo Bamba's at the top of the list or near the top of the list for me. Absolutely. In terms of fits next to Bam, I think that'd be great. All right, what else we have here? Dante DiVincenzo, somebody asked, and that's interesting because like I don't know what the white guard quota is in Miami at this point.
We're past it. We're past it right now. But if
we're two over at the moment.
If we trade Duncan, you can replace him with
White. Dante's athletic though. You know what I'm saying?
No, Dante's a guy I think you'd look at if he's there at the end of the free agency.
I feel like Jimmy would love him because he just likes terrorizing smaller white guards and just fucking with them.
So we got 3 minutes left. I really want to hear you guys' predictions for the free agency.
I mean, let's be honest. I say we got 3 minutes left, but we might stretch this an extra 5 minutes. All right. So Duncan 3 firsts and 1 veteran minimum for OG. So Yurt or
it's got to be Yurt. It's the only player they would care about. Yeah.
3 firsts. Tony, you said this earlier. You said this is gonna hurt.
The OG trade.
An
OG trade.
See, and my issue is you said
3 firsts
for a whale. Now I would trade Hero for OG. But I'm not trading 3 firsts unless it's an all NBA type of player.
I want to look. The thing with OG is that he doesn't want to leave. Like he was just with their draft picks. That's voluntary. He showed up to practice and hang out with their draft picks. He was at a lot of their summer events that he didn't need to be at. He's a guy that they love inside the building. Like to get that kind of player that's that portable up and down every lineup that you throw out into a court and is cost controlled right now, it is going to hurt. And if it's not 3 draft picks, which it can't be, we can't do that. I would never do that in my life. It's Tyler Hero. And if it's not that, then you're not getting OG. There's no way to make a deal for OG where you can just get him without making it suck for you.
Yeah, I'm not doing Hero for OG, or I'm not doing 3 picks. 2 picks you could probably talk me into, but I'm not doing that.
24 and 26.
Let's get to some predictions before we head up out of here. Timmy, you first because you seem to
no. That's
Cuatro leches doesn't necessarily fall off.
Too many flavors.
Tongue.
It's too much That's too much more action. Yeah.
I like Carvel more anyway. Off season predictions, Timmy. I don't know if you want to keep it to tomorrow specifically or this week specifically, but what do you see happening?
I think now we have the context of the Brunson meeting. I think we chased the whale, I'm not calling Brunson a whale, but he's a top free agent. So we see who we can get first out of these, and if Brunson is gone, Harden's gone, Beal is gone. Once those guys are gone, okay, let me trade Dunk, and I'll call one more time. Hey, is Mitchell available? And if that is done, then okay, we trade Duncan for a 4. We tell PJ thanks for a great year, and then we wait and see what can shake for the mid level, for the 6.4 mid level. But I think Duncan does not make it to Sunday. He doesn't.
Tony?
I'm extremely active with Duncan Robinson right out of Jump Street. I'm trying to get a trade done first in my mind. I'm trying to figure out what's going on with PJ Tucker. And from there, I'm letting it shake out. And I'm trying to make my exceptions work for 3 people that help build the team and give us some cap flexibility going into next year.
Yeah, to be
and
off
off.
I think. Look, I'm gonna say it again.
Marcus Morris is so possible, bro. It's so possible.
Here's what I think is gonna happen. If I had to bet money on it, and being somebody who works in the betting space, as follow me on Twitter for that. This is what I would say. I still think that they're either gonna get a whale at some point, a whale.
I don't like how you keep doing that, man.
Get a whale at some point, or they're just gonna do something that wait, they got who? They're gonna get somebody that people don't see coming, and then it's gonna be shit, that's gonna work, that, somebody along those lines. Timmy's back, so I think that. Yeah, I was just saying. I think this is what's gonna happen. I think that they're going to get.
It's okay. It's okay.
They're going to get a whale. They're going to get an orca. Or they're going to do something just totally out of left field that's going to be oh, shit. See, because I think that, look, we're throwing out a lot of possibilities. Everything's seemingly been talked about. And I think they're just going to do something that just outsmarts a lot of people. That it's going to be how the fuck did they pull that off? And I don't know what it is. I can't quantify it. But what I actually...
Diallo. They're going to get Diallo.
No, bigger than that. But and another thing that I could foresee if I want to put players' names to my prediction, right? I think we're going to see Duncan with some sort of pick compensation for the 4 by himself. Maybe with Yurt, but not with Hero, not with Lowry is the point. I think Duncan gets you Marcus Morris or Harrison Barnes, somebody like that, one of those guys. And then I think the Hero Lowry package gets shopped around. And again, that might be something that gets you somebody, but not until August or somebody like that. It can be after the dust settles type of thing. I still think that's going to be in play because, you're going to give Hero the extension, but he's still your trade chip at this point. So
yeah, even with the extension, he's probably your best asset, right? He closes any whale deal that we're trying to make. They're going to do whatever they can to make the team better without closing the Donovan Mitchell window. It's just how it's going to play out. Whatever that means. He's their guy.
To me, if it's Brian, gun to your head, knife to your throat, I like to say knife to your throat. I played a lot of Splinter Cell growing up. If you say knife to your throat, Brian,
but y'all give me shit about Marry, Fuck, Kill, right? Go ahead.
No, that's not the same thing. It's not
it's just saying knife to your throat live.
That's different.
Brian, knife to your throat.
I pay my taxes. I'm a good man. I don't deserve this.
Who is the person that you most think that the Heat winds up with in terms of all the stars? I still think it's Donovan Mitchell. Because you cannot bring back him and Rudy Gobert. And I feel like the Gobert asking price is a little bit too high at the moment. And I have an easier time seeing Mitchell being the one that moves, that ends up going elsewhere than Rudy Gobert. I just do. That's just how I see it.
What's your best guess for Gobert, though? Where, if he does move, it's not Donovan. Chicago?
I was saying Charlotte maybe before, but I don't. Now I'm not entirely
I
sure.
think Charlotte might be a dark horse for like Aiden, like do the Bridges and that's my dark horse.
Bridges, yeah. Oh, Bridges. That Bridges contract is going to be something. And I'm not sure I want to pay him a max contract or anything like that.
But this is the age where you rather play wings who can shoot and defend over centers. So
yeah,
that's a good.
Yeah.
So would you rather give a max to Aiden or Miles Bridges? You have to nice to throw.
Ugh.
God, I don't like that.
Oh, Aiden.
Okay.
Aiden. I just think Aiden's a better player.
I'd rather give it to Bridges, but he fit it, only because I feel like that player is super portable in mostly every single type of build, and you can just toss him to a different team. That contract's more movable to me.
I overall with Aiden there, but I get it. I mean, I don't know, man. Bridges, I don't know. I keep him if I'm Charlotte, but like the money he's about to command.
Bro, it's gonna be nuts. You got to keep him in Charlotte. It's like Gordon Hayward, right? There's some dudes you just have to overpay for to get.
I forgot Gordon Hayward existed.
Yeah, he's gonna be a dude that probably gets moved too.
At about 15 million.
When if Terry Rozier gets traded?
At 21
I hope
million.
so. He's one of those guys I would like here.
So Miami has worked out Anunoby, Keldon, and PJ Washington. I do think there's a sneaky PJ Washington trade.
PJ.
He's Washington. The guy. He's the guy over all these guys that we're talking about that are plausible. He's the one dude I want here more than anybody.
And he's affordable.
Yeah.
What's his contract situation? It's
$4
cheap, right?
million. He's up for extension.
I'm looking at it right now. So PJ Washington's money situation, I keep forgetting he was in the 2019 draft, not 18.
Mm-hmm.
He is getting $5.8 million.
Oh, 5.8. Yeah, man, that's two minimums. No,
he's going to be a free agent, restricted free agent the following season. So you're getting him for a year before that contract kicks in.
Tony, Brian, Oubre, and PJ for Duncan.
Done.
I don't want Oubre. I'll reroute Oubre. Give me a third team to take Oubre. But I'll take PJ. I don't want Oubre, though.
I'm keeping Oubre, too.
Get the Clippers in the deal. Give me Marcus Morris so I can have Marcus Morris and PJ Washington. Or get the Kings in the deal so I can get Barnes and PJ Washington.
Perfect.
Something like that.
Barnes and PJ Washington would be the perfect offseason for me.
And the Kings would way prefer Kelly Oubre to anything else we would give them. Because they want to play that speed, get the ball out there, push it in transition kind of thing.
Yeah. Look, if they kept Oubre, it wouldn't be the end of the world. I would just prefer the other guys. But look, Oubre has punched some motherfuckers in the face before. And I think, I
like Oubre, man.
He's kind of like Brandon Ingram, where he's one of them skinny dudes that can kind of fight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I like Oubre would make a lot of sense.
You get a dog in there.
Jonathan Leon says, I knew we were going to go past. Hey, Jonathan Leon says, can we pay Aiden what he wants? What? Huh? Can we pay Aiden what he wants?
No team at the moment other than the
Bam and Aiden is not going to be a thing unless it's maybe for Team USA one day, unless he wants to play for the Bahamas.
Yeah,
but that's really.
I saw Chuck made a request to Aiden. Come on, man, play for us, please, because Aiden would be I guess, who's in their mind the best center that America has to offer.
Before we get out of here, I want comment section because we got I don't know how many people watching this, but a bunch. Comment section. One player name who you want the most for the Heat to get this free agency period. With free agency started tomorrow, just one name. Just type it out. I just want to see something in the comments. I just want to see what people say. And as they do that, I mean, I told you for me, I still think it's Mitchell. Like when I really think about it.
No, it's too late for that.
Kevin Love.
If it's Kevin on a biannual, he's got to get bought out.
Is he gonna get? He's not gonna get only a biannual.
No, he's not gonna get bought out.
Oh, I love Bobby Portis, but I don't think that's gonna happen.
Okara White is hilarious.
I was talking myself into the Durant trade, but I'm not trading Bam or Jimmy. Not doing
Facts.
Let's play it while they're doing this. Let's play it amongst ourselves and do me a solid. Let's take out Mitchell, Beal, and
only free agents. Keep it to free agents.
Or available because my answer is
non-stars.
My answer is John Collins.
Ooh, Kyle Kuzma. Someone mentioned Kyle Kuzma. Woo, boy, listen.
I would put Kuzma's locker right.
Him and Hero on the same team. They would be killing
Kuzma's
league
locker
fits.
right next to it.
They'd be killing league fits. Although Hero
motivate that. Yeah, maybe.
Tony, behave.
They might be killing each other
Behave,
too.
Tony. Behave.
I'm trying, bro. I'm doing my best.
Tyler got a second one coming, boy. Ooh, he going crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, but man, that's why I stay out of Miami.
I told Tony to behave.
There we go, Lucy. Listen,
Hold on.
man.
We don't know if we actually trade for Kuzma. That's going to be like hit for this thing. Like that's going to be the thing. They're gonna hashtag them the Eskimo Bros. Oh man. Oh man. I actually want to happen now.
Hashtag Eskimo Bros is fucking crazy. Oh my god.
Yo, the names you could come up with for a death lineup with Tyler and Kyle.
Ronnie Turiaf. Oh my god. Barnes. Harrison Barnes. All right. For me,
Barnes is my answer.
Mine is Mo Bamba. Mine is still Mo Bamba.
Yeah, it's really close. Mo's really close.
What Eric Spoelstra can potentially do with Mo Bamba. Come on, man. You know, Timmy, go ahead.
So shout out to 1J54. I actually said in April, Jalen Smith is a sneaky backup center for the Heat. Like the Pacers are going to keep him because they have Isaiah Jackson, they have Turner. Oh, yeah. I actually wouldn't mind Jalen Smith as a third option center for this team. That's a damn good suggestion. I like Jalen Smith.
I think Yurt gets a look at that backup spot. You see Kelly.
You think so?
Right,
can I be really honest? I don't think Yurt makes it onto the team this year.
Oh, yeah. If he's on the team, I think he gets to look at the backup spot. But I don't know if he's.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like 50-50 on whether or not he gets traded. So for me, it's Mo Bamba.
Hot. Go ahead.
For me, it's Mo Bamba. Tony, who is it? Harrison Barnes, you said?
Yeah, Harrison.
And Timmy, who's your guy?
Sean Collins.
Okay.
Hot take. I think Yurt gets moved for a pick.
Just Yurt? Just Yurt?
Mm.
So for that to happen, there has to be.
I think they want to get into 2025. They want to get.
He like for 06 is Carlos Arroyo. We like that over here, baby. Hell yeah. GM with a Puerto Rican national team at this point. Ronnie
Cycli, boy.
I saw Jarvis Varnado. I thought he was actually gonna be pretty good. Okay, so yeah.
Hey, Larry Sanders might just be the best big next to Bam. We don't talk about it.
And on that note, guys, we'll see you tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. Same place, same time, same people, and more.
Yes.
And buckle up.
I'll be on at 7, but we'll see you guys.
And when Brian comes, I'll go. Pause. But yeah, I have. You know.
But I get attacked though.
Just a bad show for innuendos, bro.
But I get attacked though.
And I also asked this last question. He did not punt in. They just do not want to get hard capped because if a whale becomes available, if Moby Dick shows itself in the ocean,
what the fuck?
It's an American thing. I have to ask
end
you
the
guys.
show. Manny, end the show.
Because I'm a stud.